Good morning. Hope you are doing well. Here's Pastor Hector Quinones. We are doing book number 4, side by side. We are going to be starting today chapter number 3. I hope you were able to complete chapter 2 in the book, chapter 2 in the workbook. We're going to be talking about passive voice and relative pronouns. Remember, a lot of the things we're going to be learning is going to connect what you already learned, books number 1, 2, and 3. We already reviewed a lot in chapter 1, learn a few more things in chapter 2. Now we're going to start looking at some new information for us to learn in this lesson. We're going to be talking about discussing creative work. We're going to be describing tasks accomplished. We're going to be looking at discussing things that have happened to people. Also, describing accomplishments, securing services, and also automobile repairs, which is the same as saying car repairs, historical narratives, and discussing opinions. So this kind of gives you a bit of a heads up of information as to what is it that we're doing right now. Let's continue on. Please repeat the vocabulary after me. Remember, make sure you repeat it, look at the picture, and try to memorize. Try to make a mental connection between the picture and the word, and say it over and over and over. Here we go. Number 1, bicyclist, casserole, courier, decorations, dinosaur skeleton, flower pot, identification card, invention, mural, pickpocket, poodle, huddle, sidewalk, uniform, windowsill. You could read along with me if you would like. This is a very scary short story. Edgar Allan Poe wrote this short story. This short story was written by Edgar Allan Poe, who was a very well-known author. Please repeat after me. This is a very scary short story. I think so too. Who wrote it? I'm not sure. I think it was written by Edgar Allan Poe. So let's look in here. In Spanish, this would be like that. Yo pienso que fue escrito por. So the key word here for us to look at was written. Let's continue on. So using this example, please make sure you take a picture of it. And let's look at the second example in order to complete the exercises. Next one, repeat after me. This is a very elegant uniform. I think so too. Who wore it? I'm not sure. I think it was worn by Napoleon. So we have these two choices, and you're going to then apply those conversations to these exercises. So please take a picture. Here you can look at the pictures, 3 to 6. 7 to 10. And 11 and 12. Let's continue. It's already been written. So, when we're looking at this, we could say, for it, we could say esto ya ha sido escrito. So let's look here at the connection. We have here written, escrito, been, sido, already, ya, it, esto, now. This apostrophe S, don't forget, the apostrophe S in this sentence stands for it has. It stands for has. Okay? So, based on that, has would then be ha. Good? When you translate it from English to Spanish, it's helpful and it does make a lot of sense. Please repeat after me. Somebody has written the report. The report has been written. Somebody has hung up the decorations. The decorations have been hung up. Let's look at the two examples. Make sure you take a picture in order to complete the exercises. Please repeat after me. Do you want me to write the accident report? No, don't worry about it. It's already been written. Do you want me to hang up the decorations? No, don't worry about it. They've already been hung up. So please take a picture so you can complete the exercises and make sure you write the complete sentences as you are completing these exercises. Yeah, take a picture of that for those of you that are going to be doing it at home. And the last two. Okay. Have you heard about, please repeat after me. Have you heard about Helen? No, I haven't. What happened? She was given a raise last week. That's great. That's the second time she's been given a raise this year. Now, my recommendation to you to make sure you understand every single word would be, like I have told you this before, number one, you read it. Number two, translate it to Spanish. And try to identify every single section. Now, when you're going to do it in English yourself with the exercises, I would tell you to do the opposite. I would say to, number one, write in Spanish. This is until you learn, right? Until you learn how to properly do it. Sometimes when we're doing these sentences and these questions, we forget words or we add words we don't need. When you write it in Spanish, you're going to do what I did before. You're going to take the words and try to pair them up to make sure that they align with what you're saying without adding any extra words. So my suggestion would be for you to first write it in Spanish, then translate it to English. Okay? That's the best way I think you can actually do this. Let's read the next one. Take a picture of that one for the example, and let's do the bottom one. Repeat after me. Have you heard about Henry? No, I haven't. What happened? He was hurt during a football game last week. That's terrible. That's the second time he's been hurt during a football game this year. Continue. Please take a picture of this ones. And you're going to apply. Remember, no cheating. Write every single one. So you have to have 4 sentences for 1, 4 sentences for 2. You have 2 questions, 1 sentence, and 1 exclamation. So it's 4 for every single one. All right. Next one. How to say it. This is how you respond, how you react to good news or to bad news. Number 1, repeat after me, please. That's great. That's fantastic. That's wonderful. That's great news. That's fantastic news. That's wonderful news. I'm happy to hear that. I'm glad to hear that. Now, reacting to bad news. That's terrible. That's awful. That's a shame. That's a pity. That's too bad. What a shame. What a pity. How awful. I'm sorry to hear that. This time we're going to complete a reading. I want you to read along with me. Let's read together at the same time. If you forget a word, get confused, listen, repeat, and practice. Let's go. Alan almost didn't get to work this morning. Alan almost didn't get to work this morning. As he was leaving his apartment building, he was hit on the head by a flower pot that had just fallen from a windowsill. As he was walking to the bus stop, he was bitten by a dog, stung by a bee, and splashed by a car that had just driven through a puddle. And while he was waiting for the bus, he was almost run over by a bicyclist who was riding on a sidewalk. Huh? Okay. Continue. While he was riding on the bus, his wallet was stolen by a pickpocket who was standing behind him. All his money and identification cards were taken. As he was walking into his office building, he was accidentally knocked down by the courier who delivers the overnight mail. And when Alan finally arrived at work an hour late, he was yelled at by a manager who was in a very bad mood. Poor Alan, what a way to begin the day. So at this time, you're going to take from the reading and you are going to complete the questions here for the true, false, or maybe. And if the answer is not in the story, right, then you're going to say maybe. So please complete this section. And you can enter this part here in your journals. How about you? Have you ever had a bad day when everything went wrong? When? How did you feel? What happened? So answer all those questions in your journal, and then you can show it to me, and I'll be able to grade it for you. Do one more reading. Here we go. A very exciting year. In January, Amelia was hired as a secretary by the Intertel company, which makes international telephone equipment. In March, she was sent to school by the company to study statistics and information technology. In April, she was given a raise. Just 2 months later, she was promoted to the position of supervisor of her department. In August, she was chosen Employee of the Month, which is a great honor at Intertel. In October, she was given another raise. In November, she was invited to apply for a position in the company's overseas office in Bangkok. And in December, she was given the new job and was flown to Thailand to begin work. Amelia certainly has had a very exciting year. She can't believe all the wonderful things that have happened to her since she was hired just 12 months ago. So, please use the information that you have here in order to answer these questions. And then in your journal, please also answer this question. How about you? Tell about things that have happened to you during the past 12 months. It's been repaired right now. Somebody is repairing my computer.
You ready?
10 o'clock?
Well, I can, whenever you.
Yeah, no, whatever. I mean, it's 10
Are
o'clock?
you gonna come in?
Yeah, I'm gonna go.
What's that windows on?
Why interrupting? You were recording.
Yeah, no, oh, they're gonna do the project
If
later on.
you want a few extra minutes, you come in whenever you want.
Oh, sounds good. Yeah, but I'll be there shortly. Thank you. That's a marker.
That is here. Yes.
Please repeat after me. Somebody is repairing my computer. My computer is being repaired. Let's look at the conversations, and then we can proceed to complete this section. Repeat after me. Remember, every answer has to have 2, 4, 6, 7 lines. A, B, A, B, A, B. So you have to complete all of it, okay? Repeat after me. Hello, is this Carol's computer repair shop? Yes, it is. Can I help you? Yes, please. This is Mr. Lopez. I'm calling about my computer. Has it been repaired yet? Not yet. It's been repaired right now. I see. Tell me, when can I pick it up? It'll be ready in about an hour. Thank you. So following this is the script for you to complete. So take a picture of it, and then please complete these exercises. You're gonna do 1 through 5, and then you're going to make up your own for number 6. And let's do one more reading for this section. Joe's Auto Repair Shop. Wilma Jones has been having a lot of trouble with her car recently, so she decided to take it to Joe's Auto Repair Shop to be fixed. The car is being repaired there right now, and it is receiving a lot of attention from Joe and the other mechanics at his shop. The engine is being tuned up. The oil is being changed. The battery is being charged. The brakes are being adjusted. The front bumper is being repaired. The broken headlight is being replaced. The hood is being repainted. The tires are being checked. And the broken rear window is being fixed. Wilma is aware that she'll probably be charged a lot of money for these repairs, but she's confident that her car will be returned to her in excellent condition by the fine people who work at Joe's Auto Repair Shop. This time, please look here in the first section, and we're asking that you use this model to make questions, and then you're going to write questions and write answers based on the reading. Then you're going to go to your book, and I'm going to share a listening exercise with you. So please make sure you are ready to answer. I'm going to read a story to you, number by number, and then you're going to select the answers. Here we go. Number 1. The packages have been sent. What's the right question to ask? Who sent them? Number 2, the beds have been made. It already happened, right? Number 3, our cat was bitten by our dog. Letter A. Number 4, my brother was invited to his girlfriend's birthday party. My brother, right? Number 5, when will Mrs. Green begin working, or when will Mr. Fleming begin working? So listen carefully. Here we go, number 5. Mrs. Green hired Mr. Fleming as a secretary. So Mrs. Green hired Mr. Fleming. So who's going to be starting? Mr. Fleming. Number 6, Mrs. Davis was hired by Miss Clark to work in the information technology department. So Miss Davis was hired by Miss Clark. Number 7, hello, this is the WorldCom Service Department. Your cell phone has been repaired. So it was already fixed. Then number 8, hello, this is Joe's auto repair shop. I'm sorry, we've been very busy. I'm calling to tell you your car is finally being repaired. So then in that case, what will be the answer? We're going to call when it is ready, because right now it is not ready. Good job. All right. This is a practice that you can use. Please complete all of it. You're going to answer using information from the reading. Make sure you use the proper tenses, right? When it comes to using the passive tenses. So please make sure you complete this section. Take a picture, those of you that are online. So here you're expressing your opinions. Then we have a reading about a national historic landmark. Please read it and translate it. Write down what everything means. Let's see if you can put your learning into practice. Take a picture and continue. And then see if you could read all of it in Spanish. Of course, read it in English, but see if you can read it in Spanish if you know the vocabulary. Then after reading it, please complete these questions. And in your own words, please tell a story of the place where you were born or a place where you have lived. You might want to use some of the following words in your story. Please prepare this so you have it ready for class and you can share it with your classmates. And the last thing, please repeat after me. Listen, then say it. The engine is being tuned. The brakes are being adjusted. The store has been rebuilt. The oil is being changed. The tires are being checked. The construction has been completed. Please complete the journal entry, and as always, make sure that you review all of the vocabulary that we have here on the chapter. Make sure you learn everything that is here in the blue box, and you should already know all of it. Well done today. Have a blessed day. Continue working hard, and I will see you next time. Blessings.